Hey everyone, it's the last Monday of 2020. Now, often around this time of year, many of us start to think about what we might want to make next year to be like. And I think after experiencing this past year, we've realized that all of our plans are totally up to other things. There's other things that are going to happen that may derail all of our plans in a number of different ways. And so being willing to pivot or to change or to alter whatever it is that we have planned is extremely important. And I think one of the better ways to approach this time of year is not to set resolutions or to set goals for next year. But first, those are good things to do. It's good to set goals, to have yourself some focus and some intention for the coming year. But first, I think it's really important to do a yearly review. And so this was something that I picked up from Tim Ferriss quite a long time ago, and I've altered it somewhat to adjust or to suit my circumstances, and maybe this would be good for you. But it's really quite simple, and it might take maybe half an hour to an hour, depending on how busy your past year has been. But I would encourage you to sit down with a pen and paper and separate your paper into two different columns. On the one side, just put positive. On the other side, just put negative. And then as you go through your calendar and actually go through a calendar, whether it's a paper calendar that you have, all of the things that you've done over the past year, or whether it's your Google Calendar or whatever Apple's calendar has, if you go through the calendar and actually see the various things that had happened over the past year, and as you go through week by week, write down the things that made you feel good, the positive experiences, and write down the things and maybe the experiences of the people that made you feel bad or that you had negative experiences. So after you've gone through your entire year, week by week by week, and you figured out what were the positive experiences and what were the negative experiences, then try to figure out which of those are your top experiences, maybe your top 20% of all of the good things that happened this past year. And you can use that list to do a couple of things. First of all, you can use that list to think about the stuff that you want to schedule and make sure happen this coming year. So you see, these are the things that I really enjoyed and that were really, really good for me. And maybe that's a break all by yourself. Maybe that's a 3-day silent retreat somewhere out in the woods that you can kind of reconnect with yourself and with God. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a way in which you created an event for your family to have some kind of a celebration, even though you weren't able to have a whole lot of people over. Whatever it is that brought you joy this past year, make sure that you schedule that for the coming year. And actually schedule them. Write them down. Put them somewhere. Maybe even prepay for things so that you know that it's going to happen. Now, the other reason why I think it would be really, really useful, especially this year, to figure out those events or those people that helped you to have a lot of fun or to have good, positive experiences this year, is so that you can spread joy to them. After all, this is the season in which we are called to spread joy, to give joy to others. We just celebrated Christmas, and as Christians, we believe that God brought joy to the world in Jesus and then has enabled us to spread that to others as well. So one of the things that you could do this year, as you identify some of the things or the events that happened in your year that brought you joy or that were really good positive experiences, you can write a note to someone that was involved in that, thanking them for it, whatever it is that brought you joy. Maybe it was someone that planned an event. Maybe it was just an opportunity to sit and have a good chat with somebody. Maybe it was someone that let you free to go and do something, that gave you some freedom or some space to go off by yourself. Or maybe it was just someone that you were hanging out with, and you can write them a note, not necessarily to thank them about it, but to remind them about it, to hopefully bring them some joy as well. This is a way for us to reach out with some of the joy that God has allowed us to have this last year and to spread that to others, remind them as well of some of the good things that have happened. So if this has been useful and helpful for you, I'd encourage you to subscribe to our channel and ring the little bell on YouTube so that you'll get notified of all the new videos that come out. Most of all, I hope that this is a good time for us to be able to reach out to others with all God has done for us.